Hello, my fellow Americans and the rest of the YouTube viewers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I had to take a day off from making a video about Black Lives Matter and the events going on, here in the U.S. and around the world. It just seems that people, they're really worked up. They're really emotional. The cooler heads are not prevailing. So, just have to distance myself. That's why I live out here. I mean, talk about distancing myself. There's a quarter mile, that direction, that direction, that direction to my nearest neighbor. So I've got some space. I mean, I could stay here for a long time and not be involved with what's going on out in the world. I mean, fortunately, a friend of mine, shout out to you, Mihal. Even though I never say your name right, I apologize. I just need to practice. He lives over in Monaco. He was at the airport in Nice picking up his girlfriend. And they were driving a truck killing people. And unfortunately, one of his friends got killed in that mess. It's just sad. Sad. It's like the world has just lost its collective mind. I think I've mentioned that once or twice in some other videos of mine. We got people screaming, never Trump. And for some strange reason they think electing Hillary, who should really be indicted and wearing an orange jumpsuit by now, they think that's a better course of action for the country. I mean, what does that say about our country? What does that say about the people who vote for leaders like that? I mean, is that really what you want? I mean, there are other parties. There's a third party. Was it Jill Stein or somebody running? I mean, if you don't like Trump and you don't like Hillary, rather than if you don't like Trump and you're voting for Hillary only because you don't like Trump, then maybe you should vote for the third party. And if you don't like Hillary and you're only voting for Trump because you don't like Hillary, maybe you should vote for the third party. I mean, is the third party that bad? I haven't really checked her out, this Jill Stein person, so I don't know. I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll do a video on that soon. But this ongoing battle with the Black Lives Matter, there's just so much finger pointing going on. It's just, nobody can just talk about the issue. You bring up one issue, and then they want to throw something else in the mix. And there's just no communication, no moving forward. It's like everybody is stuck. But people aren't willing to let go of this. And then there's that study, I guess by a Harvard professor, saying that there's no racial bias in the shootings. But the only problem with the study is, and something other people have pointed out, I think he selected 6 cities and used that data. He selected a very small group of data to do the analysis. It doesn't make, why didn't he just use all the statistics from the country? It's almost like he was cherry picking the data to prove a point. You see, that's why statistics can lie. I mean, it's just another way. You only, include certain data. I mean, unless there's, and I downloaded the PDF, so I've got it firsthand. This isn't something that I'm repeating from somebody else. No, this is my own analysis here. He didn't use all the data possible. And I have no idea why that choice was made, and it doesn't really say so in the study unless I missed it. But once again, we are people. We're not numbers, statistics, data. Doesn't matter. You got to deal individuals. And people say, well, if you treat the cops with respect, well, maybe the cops, they're the ones making the initial contact. They're the ones that should be treating us with respect when you think about it. I mean, if they come up all belligerent, you're supposed to treat them with respect. That goes against human nature. That's just not the way people are wired. I mean, if somebody walks up to me and they're belligerent, I'm not going to be nice to them. If they walk up and they're nice to me, I'm not going to be belligerent. I mean, that's, I mean, really. It's just crazy what's going on. It's just really crazy. Hey, look at that. Cat 2. He's real shy. He doesn't get in the pictures much. But, you know, the answer, or one part of the solution, is everybody just needs to calm down. I went back to the Black Lives Matter website yesterday because I wanted to contact them and see if they'd answer a question. Because a lot of people are saying, why aren't the heads of Black Lives Matter denouncing these activities, what people are doing at the rallies? But if you go to their website, it's right there. They are denouncing it. But I guess maybe the media doesn't want to put that out there. Maybe the media just wants to show the people who are angry, the people who are, you know, wanting violence. I mean, there's a lot of people thinking this is part of Obama's plan to stay in power. You know, have all these uprisings so there can be martial law, gun confiscation. Who knows? All you can do is look at what's happening, make your judgments based on what's happening, and take appropriate action. I mean, I posed a question to some preppers. I mean, how do you prepare for Hillary being president, and how do you prepare for Trump being president? What steps should you take? Because it seems like we're going to get one or the other, unless, like I just mentioned, Obama does something and he stays in power. I mean, who knows? You know, in these terrorist attacks, is it really up to the U.S. to do something about the terrorist attack in France or in Britain or any place other than U.S. soil? I mean, think about it. Why is it up to us? I don't think it is. I think that might be part of the problem, that we're doing things outside of our own borders, basically sticking our nose in other people's business. I mean, that'd be like if a neighbor came over and said, hey, we don't want you to stack the logs the way you're stacking them. We want you to stack them some other way. I would introduce them to Mr. Remington and tell them they better leave. Yeah, it's just like, that's what I would expect would happen if I went over to their place and told them how to conduct their business on their property. So, why is it that we feel, if that's not the way we would treat each other as individuals, why do we think that as countries we can treat other countries that way? Doesn't make any sense. And then even in our own borders, why is it that some people, you know, they wouldn't treat people like that as individuals, but why do they think as a group they can impose their will upon other groups or other individuals? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's just so many laws out there where the government is just basically imposing one small group's will upon everybody. I even saw somebody say something, you know, we need to tax people who make, what was it, $3 million or more, 90%. I mean, that's just crazy. What would be the incentive? What would be my incentive to make $3 million if you're going to take $2.7 million away? I mean, that's just crazy. Absolutely, positively crazy. But we've got people in this country thinking that way. That's communism. My fellow Americans, wake up and smell the tyranny.